Thank you for coming today, by the way,
Yes,
Samir.
sir.
No problem, man.
Yeah, so I mean, I saw your Instagram and your video that popped up on my reels about we're brown guys, and after that, I just wanted to hit you up and kind of like do this podcast. I thought
Yeah.
that'd be very cool. I saw you have a business,
Mhm.
went to Johns Hopkins,
Yeah.
you have a job, so I want to talk to you about all of that.
Mhm.
But let's start at the very beginning. At right as you're graduating high school, what was your initial plan? Like, did you know that this is where you were going to be all the way back then?
No, I did not know that. So I wrestled throughout high school. So I always wanted to be a professional wrestler, but like I got to go to college because I'm brown. So
The
I was like,
realistic
okay. So
expectation.
then my parents wanted me to be a doctor. I was like down, and I started the first year. I went in with like the same thing that everyone does, biology major. And then I was like, yo, this is kind of hard. Like chemistry class was pretty difficult. And then I switched to healthcare management. So my mom works in research, and I had been like around the office growing up ever since I was 15. So I've had a little bit of like an insight into like research administration already. So I did healthcare management because it kind of relates to that. And then got through undergrad, finished up with that, and started working in research a little bit. And then after that, like I was doing a clinical study coordinator role. So that's basically kind of like the entry level like research thing. And I like have been around the research world for a while. So I was working over at a site with a pulmonologist, and then eventually broke off and opened up my own research facility called Research Centers of America, where we conduct clinical trials for big companies like AstraZeneca, Pfizer. So they'll basically send us studies. We call in the patients, we test the investigational drugs and report the data back to the drug companies.
Really cool.
Yeah.
There's lots to unpack here.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of different routes, bro.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
when
like,
did you know, like, so you said you switched from a science major, a medical major
yeah.
to business, which was health or healthcare management is like within Navi and Jogo
Yeah,
management,
yeah.
right?
It was a business.
So what year was that your sophomore year?
It was my sophomore year. I think the first year I still did all the I tried to do all like the core science classes. I did them, and then I was like, you know what? Like I'm just gonna switch to the healthcare management route
Yeah.
because I'm not about to do med school.
In retrospect, do you like, are you proud of that
Oh
decision?
yeah,
Like,
my
do you
sister's
think
in
it
med
worked
school
out
and
for
I've
you?
seen her coursework and I'm like, thank God I did
Yeah.
not do this. Like absolutely not. It's a lot of work.
And
Hate to
I feel like a
work.
lot of brown kids just because of their parents, they want to go into medical,
Hmm.
and then they'll automatically just go into
I
like
mean,
some
you'll
kind of
figure out
bio.
real quick if you're built for it or not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know so many friends that like we were talking about this yesterday at UTD. We had a soccer game. So after this, we were talking about like one of our friends who switched from healthcare management to ICS,
Yeah.
and now he's getting like a consulting job in New York. So it's like
Yeah,
it's
that's what
just
you
how
need these
competitive
days.
the medical space is. Like even if you're built for it, it's like medical school and acceptance rates for medical schools now.
It's very
It's
competitive.
very competitive.
Like just be prepared. Like you can do it if you really work hard, buckle down,
Yeah,
but just be prepared. You're probably gonna waste a year or two in between, and I wasn't really willing to do all that.
yeah,
I was also more business minded anyway. So like my sister, for example, she's more by the book. She can sit down and study 8 to 10
Right.
hours a day. I'm like way too like ADHD for
yeah,
that. So I was
yeah.
like, no, I can't do that.
Right.
That makes sense.
I can tell you're very like you're very self-judgment. Like you always reflect back on your decisions and you choose different ways to go about things.
Yeah.
Just like what you said, okay, I see my sister doing this, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, man, I want to switch to healthcare management. Like you're very self-judgment type.
Yeah.
Of-
I'm
How
pretty
did you learn?
decisive. Yeah.
Where did you learn that? Like
I
that
think
discipline.
I think it comes from my mom. She's more like business minded, like being able to adapt with different situations and stuff like that. My dad's more by the book because he's a doctor, so he can sit down and study. And my sister got his genetics exactly. I think I went more on my mom's side. So she's in research, which is like a super adaptable career. Like everything's changing,
Yeah.
protocols are changing. It's a really fast paced world. So I'm able to keep up with things like that. And I think that like has to do with opening a business too, because like there's like risks, there's a lot of ups and downs, there's a lot of things you have to deal with, emergencies come up, unexpected things, expenses, complications, especially in like medical businesses like that. So you have to be able to like mitigate kind of all of those things, and you have to be super vigilant with that. So I think I was more inclined towards something like that rather than something more slow, studying tests for
When
the
did
rest of my
you
life.
when did you come across that realization of like you wanted to be an entrepreneur and make these businesses? Was it in
I think
during your bachelor's?
probably during my bachelor's, yeah, that I wanted to do that. I always wanted to like do some kind of business. Well, their initial goal was always to be a professional wrestler, and I'm still trying to pursue that. So during
Yeah.
the summers, yeah, during the summers during UTD, I convinced my parents to let me go to LA,
Mhm.
and I got an Airbnb there in Long Beach, which I thought was going to be a nice area because it's a beach.
Yeah,
I didn't. It was Compton. I lived in Compton for like
Yeah.
every single summer just because like it was cheap. And then like yeah, it worked out though. I trained there over the summers. I finished up my beginners, intermediate, and like I think I'm like halfway through my advanced course over there.
Damn.
So I still go back and train whenever I can. I've just gotten so busy here with the businesses. End goal with them is to automate them so I can go pursue those other things too. And then COVID also like put kind of like a stop for 2 years to
Yeah.
like the wrestling stuff because they had to shut down and nobody was traveling. So
Yeah.
So you went to LA to train.
yeah.
How? Where was that? How'd you get the opportunity?
So Santino Bros Wrestling Academy, a lot of like Ronda Rousey when she was doing her transition from UFC to WWE trained there too. So it's a really reputable wrestling school out there. And I wanted to go to one of the best ones. There wasn't too much in Dallas at the
Yeah.
time.
I remember, yeah, because I boxed, so I've kind of seen the boxing wrestling. There's not really much in Dallas in
Yeah,
retrospect.
there's like Maple Boxing. I think Ryan Garcia actually trains in Dallas a little bit now.
Yeah, he has his own something in Dallas.
Yeah.
Did you see the fight?
Yeah, I knew he would win. I knew he would win. I'm a Ryan fan.
Yeah, man, I've been a Ryan fan too, but just seeing the crazy stuff he's
Yeah,
Did you
like,
see what he said after about
You
it?
think
the
he's got-
marketing and
Yeah.
selling that he was doing,
Yeah.
it was just like he was acting crazy, and I was just, man,
He also
what is
missed
doing?
missed
But it
weight, I
worked.
think.
But it worked. It seriously worked.
It
Like,
worked. If he actually was making it all up, I don't know. I still think he might have actually like lost it for a little bit, but I mean, that's what it is, bro. It's an entertainment business. Like you want people to generate buzz. You want to talk about it.
Yeah,
Sell more
I-
tickets to the fight. Like
I read something. I think it was in the Patrick Bet David podcast. They said Muhammad Ali. When he was in his prime, he was kind of still faced with like crazy shit, like the acting like Ryan, just like very
Yeah.
maniac like
Yeah.
senses, maniac tendencies.
mhm.
And so then he got evaluated, and just like Ryan got evaluated, they came back mentally clean. So I mean,
Yeah,
that might
I
just
feel
be
like
like
it's
a
all part.
boxer
It's all part of the
difference.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like pro wrestling is too. It's a show. You want to like
Yeah.
do things that generate buzz that people talk about, so you can sell tickets. So low key smart move on his part. It's kind of like how the entire entertainment industry works. But he can box, bro.
Yeah.
He can
He's
box.
He can
really good.
box.
So
Like, I've been-
when you say pro wrestling for yourself, what is like the end goal in terms of like I don't know much about wrestling, but there's
I want to
WWE.
get into the WWE. That's the end goal. That's like the top company,
Wow.
top dog, and then AEW is also
yeah,
like another
AEW is like
big
the
one.
new one, right?
Yeah, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. So any major wrestling organization, that's what I want to end up doing.
What's like the process of going from okay, I'm really good at this, I'm training, to actually having the opportunity to be there?
There's a lot of different ways. WWE usually recruits these days a lot of athletes from different colleges that are like already pretty established. That's one way you can get in. The other way is you go to wrestling school and start wrestling on the independent circuit, which is like smaller shows, privately owned, little promotions. They have a lot across SoCal. There's a lot in Dallas now too. Dallas is growing a ton, so hopefully maybe I'll be doing some wrestling business out here.
Yes, sir.
It's in the works. Can't really talk about it, but yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be good if that works out. But then you start training on the independent scene a little bit and kind of work your way up, build a name for yourself, and you start working for like more and more reputable companies until you can sign a major contract, which is every wrestler's
Do you think social media could help with that? Because you look at Logan Paul, like I mean, Logan Paul's on a
Definitely.
different level,
Yeah.
but then he used his personal brand to go then become a WWE wrestler.
Yeah, exactly. It can definitely help. I think it's super important to keep your social media presence like there. I think these days, like you kind of have to if you're gonna do anything in the realm of like
And you've been
Yeah, you've been
growing
doing
your
that.
you've been growing your social media.
Yeah,
presence
I've been
a lot
on it.
recently, bro.
yeah, and it's not like I sit down and like write down what I'm like.
Yeah.
I'm not really like
How
It's
did
just
you,
for fun, right?
organized with it.
how was kind of like your come up on that and come in terms of like
Um,
social media, and how did you get this following? What was the way you did it?
I would always just post for fun, and I think I've always been on Instagram. I think since I was in like 10th or 11th grade, since like the end of high school, and I would just post. And then at UTD, I made
What would you post? Like, what was the content?
just normal stuff like pictures of my cat, like pictures of my car, like wrestling. I was on the wrestling team, so I post like my shots from there. But I mean, nothing really caught on like that. I remember Vine was really big. I used to make a lot of Vines.
Dang, okay.
Yeah, but then TikTok came out and I hopped on that, and everything was like just for fun, like dumb skits, just
Yeah.
like not really putting too much thought into it. And then they started like picking up a little bit more, and like lately, like I've been making like those Dallas videos or whatever trend.
Yeah.
Like me and my friend will just be like, hey, like this will be funny, let's just make it,
Mhm.
and then we'll just make it on the spot. Like we'll just be working out and be like, all right, at the end, let's just make something. And then those ones tend to catch on, the ones you like don't put too much effort into.
Yeah.
'Cause,
I
like,
think it's because like you're authentic and it's
yeah,
just like
you're more like
you're just having fun messing around, and I feel like those are like people
Yeah.
because when you put too much effort into it, the people can see that and it's like, oh, you're trying to go viral. Versus if you're just with your friends having fun.
yeah.
But what was that experience like when you got your first like really viral video? Was that like because a lot of people talk about like social media, how it's like whenever like the dopamine hits when you get all those likes and stuff. How was that experience for you when you got that video?
It was cool, bro. I was like, oh, this is actually really cool. And then like, just going out in public and people are like, oh, like, you're the guy from that TikTok.
Yeah,
It's cool. And then like I also like having a lot of friends. I've never been like an introverted person. I've always
Right.
liked to like have a ton of people. Like if I have a birthday party, there'll be like 100 people there. So I made a lot of friends throughout UTD. So I kind of like that, just making more connections and stuff through that. And then I've met a lot of cool people through like Instagram and social media.
yeah,
And it kind of helps out with my work too. Obviously, I have like the med
Absolutely.
spa. So the marketing's all going to be through
yeah.
Instagram,
That's really big.
Facebook, and stuff like that. So kind of having that presence and like, people know like what I do and stuff, that's pretty important for just work. And then also like for me, because I have more fun with more people.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like
There's definitely a lot of pros that
yeah.
go into
We were
social
talking
media,
about this in
bro.
the last couple of episodes
Yeah.
about social media. How
But since you're kind of growing now, bro, I want to ask you this: what are some cons that you faced in terms of just social media and your presence on it now?
Con,
Like any problems that you faced,
was there any?
um,
or it's
from
just
growing on
straight
social
been just the
media,
honeymoon phase? Just
it's been fine. Like I haven't really gotten any like crazy people or like anyone bothering me through social media. I've gotten like haters, like we did like a Radar Urdu TikTok.
Oh, I saw that one.
And bro, we got flamed. But like I just like it's
It was
funny. Like I don't take things like in a hard way at all. It's
Right.
just like, and they're like flaming us. They're
Yeah.
like, yeah, like this is a
That's a
disgrace.
downside of social media. People do that.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're that kind of person that will like get affected by things like that, like, and you can't laugh it off, like don't,
Yeah.
you know. But for me, it's never been about that. Like I just like it's all in good fun, bro. Like yeah, my Urdu was kind of cheeks,
Yeah.
but like
That's what made the video do well.
yeah,
You just
yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
That's amazing, bro. It's an authentic page. That's truly what is like amazing nowadays.
I saw you made a video with one of the guests we're trying to get on here. I DM'd him, Segi. That
Oh, yeah,
was also
Segi.
really funny.
Yeah, that's the homie.
Yeah. So did you also connect with him? And like I saw you made a video with FaZe. Like is this all connected
FaZe.
through Instagram?
So
Or did you-
Segi's one of my friends, Sal, his younger brother. So I already knew Sehan or Segi from that. Um yeah, because like I have a group chat with his older brother and he's a little bit younger.
Nice.
So I'd already like known him a little bit, and then like we ran into each other at the Mac Hoops thing.
Nice.
And then FaZe too, we just like ran into each other one day, and like I think it was also at like Ramadan Hoops.
Nice.
And
Did
we
you
just-
play it
Oh
though?
man, I've heard of it, bro.
Yeah, I don't hoop.
Oh,
I didn't
okay,
play.
okay.
I'm like horrible.
Yeah. I saw they raised like
You made that
50,000.
TikTok, bro. The one that went famous. What was it? The hoops again?
It was at Ramadan Hoops. It was like we're brown hoopers, but I actually don't hoop. It was just
Oh,
like
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
It was just for the content.
I think I said it in one of them. I was like, I actually don't hoop, but like I just injure people or something like that. But
That was a funny video.
yeah,
Yeah, that was probably the first time I've ever seen you. Like on social. That
Oh, really?
that
That
was
one?
that was the view. The 1 point. How many views did it got?
I don't know.
It was a good amount.
I think it was a good amount.
That was the
A
one. The
couple hundred
first
thousand.
got
Yeah.
me views.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
really
that,
cool though.
that was fun. Yeah, it's just all for fun. I was like, hey,
Oh.
you gonna make a TikTok? He's like, yeah, I'm down, bro, and then we'll just
And it worked.
throw something up. Yeah,
That's the beauty of it, bro.
Yeah.
Really, it's just
Yeah.
really just being authentic, and I mean, eventually it'll just
Mhm.
come, bro.
and you do make like a lot of friends through it too, which
Yeah.
I like. Again, some people are more like, I like my close circle of small friends. Like I have my closer friends too, but I do like to have like a big network.
Yeah.
So you're of course trying to grow the social media to millions of followings. And
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah,
What do you feel like you would want your biggest impact to these people, like your followers? Like, what would you want them to take from you?
just like have fun and then stay true to your roots and just don't be like fake. I feel like a lot of people on social media will do like a ton of things just to
Mhm.
like look like their life is a certain way, and it's not actually that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then also like hopefully use the platform for like good. So like I don't know, like for Palestine and stuff like
Mhm.
that, like just be able to promote the right things. So like the younger kids and stuff growing up seeing it or like kind of like I don't know, they can like learn something from it.
Absolutely,
Also,
they're
just, like,
inspired by you, bro.
yeah, or like people that are
Yeah.
more shy and stuff like that to just like post. It doesn't matter. Like even if there's like people hating on you in the comments, like who cares? Like
Yeah.
You could probably bench more than them, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Have you ever thought about doing YouTube?
I used
Like
to make
vlogs,
some
gym
YouTube.
vlogs?
Yeah, I used to do it, but like, dude, I just don't have enough time to sit and edit. So
Yeah.
if I had somebody to handle that part of the process for me, I feel like I live kind of like an interesting life because I'm
Yeah.
always up to.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're already doing so much.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much to unpack still here. Like,
Yeah, I
we
feel
talked
like
about the medical research, your research, entrepreneurship, and then also your med spa and all that.
mhm,
So I
there's
feel
like
like,
too many crazy things.
what do
to
you think about that though? Because I feel like this is personal advice that I could use at my age. I'm also doing a lot of different things. Like I
Yeah.
have a job, I'm doing school, I'm doing this podcast, I'm doing my own YouTube videos.
Yeah.
There's just so much going on, and I always talk to him about this too. Is like, do you think that's a good thing, or do you think like
I think
you
it's
should
really
focus
good.
on one thing?
I think it's really good to stay busy. And I think the thing, like, do all the things you can while you have the energy and time to do so. And then the stuff that's catching on, start diverting your focus more into
Yeah.
those things. So, like, you know, try to do as much as you can while you can. You know what I mean? As long as it's not taking away from your other priorities in life, like school or
Yeah.
whatever else is important to you, then stick with it if you have like the time to do it.
How do you think you balance everything that you're doing?
Dude, yeah, I'm actually low key like all over the place. I have to be, dude, yeah, I balance. Like, I have to go.
Do you have like to-do lists and all that, like calendars, or
No,
you just
I
like
just like have to
Should be a
remember.
lifelong journey,
I
bro.
probably need to get
yeah,
more organized when it comes to that, but I'll schedule my own appointments like med spa and stuff like that. I will do my appointments 5 p.m. or later. And then I was free during the day, so I started working at the pulmonologist research site there. And then I like to have that flexibility in my schedule. That's the good thing about having a business, that I can kind of plan appointments when I need to, so I can kind of tailor my day around like what I need to do and like
Right.
and also prioritize the gym and stuff too.
nice.
That's important to me. And then I travel a lot too, and like all my friends are getting married, so I gotta go here for a wedding and there for a
Yeah.
wedding and business trips coming up. So yeah.
On the social media side for your med spa, you were
Mm.
talking about getting clients and stuff through that too. Has it
Yeah.
already happened, like with your viral videos? Have you had clients that have said, "Oh, I
I've
found
had
you
people
through
that have
social media"?
reached out, or like met in person, and they'll be like, "Hey, like you have like the spa, right?" I'll be like, "Yeah, like I can hook you up. We do Botox or whatever the case is." Um, as for its own, like the med spa's own Instagram account, I'm trying to grow that now, just by posting more consistently. So but like I said, I'm like super busy to be able to manage all that myself too. So now at this point, the next stage for me is learning how to automate things
Yeah,
and find trustworthy people or companies that are able to like
I
help
think
me out.
something that can help you with that is like I've seen my dad; he has his own business too.
Mhm.
I feel like because we're brown, we're like we have good connection. I don't know if you have connections. What country are you from?
Pakistan.
Pakistan. So do you have like family back there?
Yeah.
So like my family back there, like they have connections to people that do this sort of work for a lot cheaper.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So like
You can
marketing
outsource
or
it.
editing or anything like that. So you
Yeah.
could leverage that too, because then people that you would pay like $10 an hour here, you could pay like $1, $2.
Yeah.
There's a lot of freelance work. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people
Yeah.
who just live in
And it's like a win-win
who are
situation.
talented, bro, who will get the work done.
That's
They just-
true.
They're
they
making
just-
more money than them or the people around them, and then you're also like
Yeah, because they're getting paid in
benefiting off
US
people.
dollars and I'm paying way
Yeah.
less.
You can think about that, like funding a
Hey,
video
yeah.
in Pakistan or stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm exploring too. Just like the best option to do it, just because like I want the social media ads ran and I want the content being pushed out too, and it's like tough for me to like
Yeah.
handle all of that.
And also learn
Absolutely,
how it
bro.
all works. It's pretty
Absolutely.
difficult.
Yeah, especially since I'm doing so many different things, and then now I have to get up and travel a bunch too for various things. Yeah, just being able to automate the businesses is the next step. Because right now I'm like still pretty hands-on on all of them. Like the med spot too, like I do most of the procedures myself. So we'll probably call in like an RN or a certified injector that can like help take care of some of that load once the business grows too, because that's the main thing I'm trying to grow right now, the med spa.
Mhm.
So
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of. Do you take it out as stress or what? Or like a
That's why I
healthy
lift.
challenge?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
that's
say
why I lift. If I don't lift, I start tripping.
Yeah,
Yeah, and stressing out. But as long as I get that in and I'm like
that's truthfully just the.
that's like my thing. It sounds like the most meathead, like douchebag thing to say, but it's true. Like it like keeps my cortisol.
What's a key that you like a key piece of advice from the gym that got you to where you were, like in terms of like staying disciplined or like pushing weight, anything, bro? What's
I think it's the discipline. Because like in the beginning, like now I do genuinely enjoy it, but sometimes I'd be so tired and like not want to go, and then I'd just be like, okay, like I like have to go. It's not even like an issue of like if I want to or not. It's kind of like breathing. Like you have to do it. So like
Yeah.
even if I go and have like a garbage workout, at least I went and did it.
you went?
So Yeah, and that still happens. Some days you're just really like exhausted, like you didn't sleep too much the night before, but it's kind of like just part of the routine now. And if you
Yeah.
have that discipline, then that like applies to all other aspects in life.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, when
Do you
it
go every
comes,
day?
yeah, I
Nice.
go every single day.
That's
Nice.
great, bro. That's great. And so
Yeah,
you went to John Hopkins for your master's,
yeah. Went to
and
Johns
that's in
Hopkins.
Baltimore, right,
It's
bro?
in Baltimore, yeah. So
That
it's
was your first time, like first experience living alone,
no
living away
first
from home.
experience living alone was in LA when I did wrestling training. And that
Oh,
was scary because I was like 20. I weighed like 120 pounds. I
Oh,
wasn't even 21.
holy
I
shit!
was skinny, 120, 130, something
wait.
like that.
You were 20 at 120 pounds?
Yeah,
What weight are you now?
190.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
How
but
old
I
are
was a
you?
skinny kid. Huh?
How old are you?
27.
27.
Yeah.
Wow.
But no, I was skinny. I was living in
21
LA.
at 120, bro.
I
Is
was in a
that right
bad
after you
neighborhood.
graduated UTD?
It was during UTD.
It was
It was
during
during the
UTD.
summers. I would
Mhm.
go for a couple months and come back before my next semester, which kind of sucked because like I had momentum going and then I
Yeah.
have to come
Yeah.
back. I'm like,
Oh,
bro, I hate school, but whatever, I got it done. And then I ended up doing more school. So during COVID, I was just looking and I saw the Masters for Research Administration. And I was like, that's like an interesting program because that's literally what I do. And I have
Mhm.
interest in research. I already know probably most of what they're going to be teaching us. And it's at Johns Hopkins.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way I'm getting into this. It's like a tough school to get into. Applied. And then like I got in and I was like, shit, now I got to do it. So then I like did it. And it was like it was an online program, like hybrid. So I didn't have to
Okay,
go, I
good.
didn't have to move. So that was good. It's just like
Oh,
you just go when you need to go.
that's good,
Yeah.
man.
nice.
That's
So I
good.
did that. That was about 2 years online.
Were you doing other stuff during that as well? Like your
Yeah, I was growing the businesses and then doing that
So
as
when did you
well.
initially start? Like, so there's two businesses here, right? The research
Mhm.
thing and then the med spa.
Yeah.
When did you start both of them?
So the med spa was actually my dad's brainchild. He wanted to open up a weight loss clinic
Oh,
solely for
wow.
weight loss because he's board certified in obesity medicine. So that's like the family business. He started that, and I wanted to like I had just started like just researching here and there, seeing some different cosmetic procedures like Botox, fillers, Kybella, like the chin fat dissolving. So I was kind of interested in that, and I was like, you know what? I went ahead and went and got my own certification for those things so I could inject, and then I added those things to the weight loss thing and kind of was like let's actually make this a business. And it was like my dad like wanted has been wanting to do something regarding weight loss because like he's certified in it.
Absolutely.
And I was like, you know what, med spas, aesthetics are like big. That's something I'm into. Like I go to the gym. I know people that like, need testosterone replacement or like get Botox or like, do those things. So that's kind of like I had an interest in it already. We rented out like a little room and started there. And then we started getting different machines, cool sculpting, kind of grew it from there and then bought our own facility out in McKinney.
Oh, wow.
And now that's where the med spa is. And we have a lot more, like everything from like the Ozempic to the M Sculpt
It's
to the
amazing, bro.
testosterone,
Nice.
Botox, all of it. So you just keep adding to the menu. I think we're gonna do laser hair removal next. So it'll
Wow.
just kind of be like an all
Yeah.
inclusive. So there's something for everybody.
Did
So
you start that at UT? Like, did you start
No,
working
this
at
was
that?
after. This
Right
was
after
after. Yeah, this was probably during while I was doing my master's.
master's. Yes.
Yeah.
What about the research thing? When did you start that?
Started that a little bit before the med spa. I think that's been going on. I think we're going on 4 years now with that. But I
Nice.
was already working with the pulmonologist side. I just kind of branched off and wanted to conduct studies on my own. So it's me and a couple partners, and we conduct our own clinical trials with research. But definitely, like that's more like numbers and data and stuff. The med spa is more fun for me. Like it's enjoyable. I'm like, oh, awesome! I get to do some Botox today.
Yeah.
I get to stick this person with a needle. Like, who doesn't want to do that? It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you think like the ideas for all this different stuff came from? Especially like the medical research thing. Like, have you always had that entrepreneurial spirit in you? Like, you were always trying to start new
I've
things.
always had the entrepreneurial spirit. So yeah, like even in 2017, like any like new craze, like crypto craze, I was
Yeah.
like on it.
Mhm.
Real estate, I've always been on it.
Have you been investing in real estate for a
Yeah,
long
real
time?
estate. Yeah, we'll talk about that too, because I started actually investing out in like Long Beach when
Oh,
I was
wow. Nice.
when I was in UTD.
Oh,
So that's
wow.
when I first started getting into it. But
So
yeah,
like when
that's
you
kind
say
of like
investing, is it like buying and flipping and renting and all that?
yeah. So like we bought one small condo in Long Beach, so I could live there while I was training for wrestling. And I threw it up on Airbnb just to see. And dude, it was a headache dealing with like doing Airbnb without a property manager is like
Yeah.
and a different state is like the dumbest thing you could possibly do. But I did it and I learned a lot from it. But
That's life though. That's what.
yeah, and like, luckily that property appreciated enough for me to flip that and then get into something nicer. And I still have property out there. And like whatever money I make, I want to invest it into like real estate. I'm a little bit into oil and gas and a little bit into crypto too.
Nice.
So I like
It sounds
to
like you have
keep
like
those.
multiple income streams. That's probably really
Yeah,
good,
so I
right?
want to have the businesses set up and automated and those to be stable. So then whatever you make, whatever extra you have, put it into real estate or put it into something long term.
Yeah.
So I want to get all that set up now and at a young age. So like if I need it later, it's all set up and ready to go. So that's what I think like definitely like to like younger people that are like not like that don't know what to do or don't know how to set things up to just do that. Like start looking into real estate, start looking into crypto and like researching it and honestly just do it because I just went head on into it not
Yeah.
knowing anything and that's kind of how I learned.
Yeah.
Like I made mistakes, like the house was trashed a couple times, like I took some losses, but that's how I kind of learned. So the next time around when I did it right. And
Yeah, I resonate with that a lot because I started this
Yeah.
marketing business
Yeah.
last year, and then I failed probably like more times than I could imagine. I told
Yeah.
my story on the last podcast.
Mhm.
There was this client that got really mad at me. It was like a family friend too, so it was like a
Oh
lot,
yeah,
a
you
lot
gotta
of
deal
messing
with
up, a
yeah,
lot
you
of
gotta
just
deal with them.
Yeah, but everything, bro, the beauty of everything is
It teaches
there's
you.
always a lesson learned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you just can't be scared to fail. Like especially when you're young, like what happens if you fail?
I
Like
feel like the failures are more important than the wins and the
Yeah.
The
successes.
failures build way more character than success.
yeah, and they teach you everything
Yeah,
too.
no, I want to ask you, man, how do you stay so like motivated to like climb to the top, man? Because some people are just so complacent with what they
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, I just don't think I've ever been that kind of person. I think I've always just had like a aggressive, like attack life kind of attitude from the beginning. And I want to make it to the top, especially like I have my goals and I chase them. So if like I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. I think that's just the way I've been.
When was like that turning point in your life where like you really realized like your brain is screwed on correctly and like it's ready to like work?
Yeah, it wasn't always like that. I was super indecisive growing up,
Absolutely.
especially like first couple years of college. Maybe I was just younger and stuff like that too. But then when probably like midway through like junior and senior year of college, I kind of like knew the things I was like more inclined towards. And then I was like, look, I need to just put on like focus onto the things I like. And then
Is at that time when you started the gym as well? Like your gym?
no, I was already like on the gym on and off. Like it wasn't like it was like always I was always going, but my diet was not good during school because if I had an exam, like that was hard, I wouldn't eat for like the whole week and I'd just be studying. Like all like the chem, calc, like the tough ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the same stuff I'm going through right now.
Yeah,
man.
thank
Like, it's
God that's all over,
brutal.
bro. Yeah. No, it is brutal. It's like it's a huge time commitment, bro.
unnecessarily brutal, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
I'm
I
even getting returned from taking an
Yeah.
accounting class.
I was like skipping class too, so like I'd like the thing with me is though I'm like kind of a good test taker, so like I'd study the day before, watch some YouTube videos, and like get by.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I was like really like
I'm the exact opposite. I
Yeah,
gotta
you have to
study months in advance.
it's probably better, bro. Yeah.
Nah, man, I don't know. I have a lot of buddies like that. They study just months before, and then it kind of revolutionizes their life to just study. Like their whole
Yeah.
life is just study, and like they
I'm
don't
not saying I
actually-
do that though. I'm saying I should do
You
that.
should do that. I probably should do that too, honestly, bro.
Yeah.
But
Shit, I don't know, because a lot of people who do that, bro, they really like just their social life like just goes down so much.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
it depends. You have to have a good balance.
Yeah, a lot of people lose their balance in that because
Yeah.
they're so stressed about like needing to study.
And then a lot of people be like push things off way too much and procrastinate till
Yeah.
the last second. Then you're like, oh, what do I do? So you have to find a good balance. I think that's like the whole point of like that undergrad time to like learn those things.
Learn that in a sense compared to like this.
I think that was more important than anything I really learned in class. I don't use like half that stuff
Yeah.
anyway. I just kind of learned how to like prioritize the things that I need to, have discipline.
hmm
Are you glad you went to college because of that? Like because of what it taught you?
Yeah, definitely.
Your
I
life
think that
skills?
the life skills are probably more important than like what
Mhm.
I actually picked up,
I'm looking at an on and off battle with my parents and like myself about college.
Yeah,
And like I just think it's like beneficial one day and the next day I'm like, what am I doing here?
yeah.
Like,
I
when
feel
I'm
like
learning
but I mean, the degree is not going to ever hurt you. You'll always have that backing. That can't ever be
Exactly.
Yeah.
taken away
That's
from
what
you.
I always think about.
And it's college. It's not that hard. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just 4 years. Like, buckle down.
Good
do it.
backup, good networking, good
Yeah, and like honestly, if you want to even slow it down more, you can do it part time. Like, there's no reason. Like, I got it done in 4. My sister got it done in 3. I could have probably done it in 3 if I wanted to, but like, I wanted to like work out and do things, and like, I took some easy semesters just because like I had some harder classes. no big deal. And then now I have the degree, and then I went and did more school, even though I never thought I would. Just because like the opportunity presented itself, and I got in by chance, and I was like, okay, I should just buckle down and do it. And yeah, that I took my time with as well. I just took 2 classes a semester. I did the summers, and it was online, so you know, I don't regret doing any of that. That's like that because you'll always have that, like no matter
Yeah.
what.
Yeah,
Like
those
let's say
are
the
cool.
business just fail one day, and like I like get small. I don't know. Everything just goes to shit. Like I don't know what's going on for a job. Yeah,
Deflated.
yeah. Like something
Back
happens.
to 120.
Yeah, like Instagram gets banned. Like I don't know, but
Is that a concern that since you're going on social media now, like, and social media is a very controversial
I
topic.
like social media. Like it's not even that like I care. Like I've always enjoyed social media.
Yeah, but in terms of like, if
Yeah.
they were to like,
Shut
Instagram
it.
were to shut or something, or like you would get suspended or something. Or
Yeah, I'd be pretty sad. I have my account like
I
shadow.
mean, I think Instagram's fine. It's TikTok. It's
I think TikTok they're trying to ban, but
Mhm.
I'd be pretty sad. But like, I'm sure there'd always be something new.
You always got to answer, bro.
Yeah,
You always.
did your Instagram
Okay.
videos that did well also do very well on TikTok? Did
I
you post
think-
them on both?
I posted on both. They did decent on TikTok, but they did better on Insta. And I had never really started posting Instagram Reels until this set of videos that I just dropped.
Mm.
But I would always post on TikTok because I thought that was like gonna do better. And then Instagram, I kind of kept it more for like personal, just like pictures and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't really like. I don't know why I didn't get on the Reel wave earlier. I honestly
Yeah.
should have.
Reels are
but-
going really big.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you saying I honestly should have. Do you have any like regrets how like you should have started a few years earlier?
Yeah, I feel like when something like that comes out, you have to like hop on it. I should have learned that from Vine because the people that got on Vine earlier, right? I think it would take like 40 likes to make your video viral. It wasn't much. So those people like the Viners that got famous and then eventually went on to TikTok and YouTube or whatever.
Mhm.
I hopped on early. Like I think like I don't know who like Bryce Hall hopped on early and
Like I
Bunch of
are
different
the
guys.
Paul brothers and all of them also from
they
Vine?
hopped on early. They're from Vine. Yeah, Jake Paul and Logan Paul, they hopped on early.
Yeah,
And
that's
they were just
crazy.
normal kids, and then like everything changed from Vine, and then like a lot of people, same thing with TikTok. A lot
Yeah.
of people started on TikTok when it first came out, and now
Like
they're
your
like,
Hype House and all them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
all the Sway Boys and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's insane to like think about the fact that these people just make videos for fun, and then the next thing you know, they have
Yeah.
like I think Bryce Hall has his own like tequila company, Logan Paul has
yeah,
a
they're all
Prime,
branching
and
out.
they're like just millionaires with so much money and so much fame in
And
the
some of them,
WWE.
yeah, like they have more business intelligence now than they did before. Because like I think a lot, like you'll see it with NBA players all the time. Like it's young kids that make a lot of money really fast,
Right.
blow it all on jewelry, houses,
Yeah.
whatever, and then they get dropped and they're like, they have nothing left. They're bankrupt because they didn't
Yeah.
know how to invest their money. They just bought like the fun things
Did
that they never
you
had.
feel like you've ever had a time where you weren't financially advised? Like when you had money, you just didn't know how to spend it?
No, I think I was always financially advised growing up. I do still have a spending problem, low key. But
In and out and shit.
yeah. No, I like my things, bro. Like that's why I can't go to the mall because I'll just be like buying stuff. Like I have a problem with that. But no, I've gotten a lot better, especially running businesses and like seeing the books and expenses, losses. Like actually getting into it. Like I try to be smart with money. If I'm like, okay, I have some like big bills coming up. I've gotten a lot smarter with money because before, I want this, I'm just gonna buy it. But like I was like, should I buy this or should I like put this into a
Shit, bro. If I was getting bigger like this guy, bro, the mall would be tempting for me too, bro.
yeah.
All the clothing, I'd be like, damn, I'm
But
getting
clothes
bigger.
don't fit right anyways. Like it sucks. Yeah,
Nah,
like,
bro, you
buying
have
a
an amazing
suit's a
build.
problem.
Like, you have an
I
amazing
appreciate
build.
that.
That's the first thing I noticed in that video. It's very impressive.
Yeah, no, I appreciate
Bro, first time I saw you, bro, I was like, there's no way this guy's natural.
that. Yeah.
There's just no way this guy's
Yeah.
natural, bro.
But I feel like I don't, because it's like you're just doing so many things and you're doing them all so well. So like,
Yeah, no, I mean like there's like struggles with everything too. Like I'm doing them all and I try to do them as best as I can, but like sometimes like you do have to like be able to adapt, like I said in the beginning.
yeah,
Like if it's like a slow month at the business, like you need to be able to not stress. I think that's the main thing. A lot of people stress too easily and give up.
Yeah.
I just keep my stress levels like low, like just pound ashwagandha and just chill, bro.
Yeah.
And, like
Actually, got it. Yes, sir, bro.
yeah,
you take that every day.
yeah.
How many milligrams?
I don't even know. I don't think it works though. I think all that stuff. is-
Bro, I take ashwagandha, bro, and it's just like I'm
My mood is
internally
different.
like crazy, but like on the outside, like I'm
You just
calm.
calm. I
But like
feel
I'm
like-
always
Have y'all seen
aspiring for
that
more.
new, like this is new Instagram influencer also from Dallas? He's like, oh yeah, I take ashwagandha.
Hussein? Yeah, Hussein's my friend, dude. I met him when he was like 17 at Lifetime, so I've known him for a while. Yeah.
His
He's
videos
a
are
cool
so
guy.
funny. It's all about ashwagandha.
Yeah,
Right?
he's funny. Yeah,
He's really
a cool
good.
guy.
He's like always just like it's so calm. It's so funny.
Yeah, he's a
Bro,
funny
so
dude,
who
too.
is someone you would want to like network with or like get in contacts with and make contact with?
Maybe some like wrestlers. I think obviously since that's what I want to do.
John Cena.
Cena would be crazy.
Can't do
John
that.
Cena would be crazy. I've met some wrestlers actually that have moved over here to the DFW.
I saw your Instagram. You met one of the I don't know who it was.
Oh, Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So we'll work out sometimes. It's really crazy because like it's one of the guys I grew up watching and I've been inspired by. So just to see him working out at the gym and then becoming buddies with him is just like
Wow.
wild to me. It's kind of like
Wow.
that's like one of your childhood heroes, and then you're just cool with them. But yeah, mainly people in that space for sure. Do you guys know Love Live Serve? They're like the YouTubers or
I've
TikTokers.
heard of them.
Noah Bo, Rhino. They make the library prank videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rhino.
Yeah. So like,
Oh,
Love
yeah.
Live Serve. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. So Noah, me and him are cool because like they're out in LA. So whenever I go there, I hang out with those guys too.
Yeah. Whenever you told me initially you went to LA for wrestling,
Yeah.
man, I was like, LA is a huge opportunity for social media and stuff.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
who
dude. I've
have you
met
met out there?
Tons of people. I've met like Bradley Martin, Isaiah, all like the Zoo Culture boys, the Raw Gear athletes.
Have you went to the gym?
Yeah. Not the new one. I went to the old one before. The day pass is like it was like $60, or they raised it or something now. But no, I've met a bunch over there. Mark Plummer, he's like another bodybuilder. He's like a good buddy of mine now that I've met out there. Noah,
Oh
all
yeah, I
those
saw the
guys.
video.
Yeah.
And
They're like all kind of in the same. We have kind of the same similar interests. Like me and Noah went to the gym, worked out. So
you were in
yeah,
his YouTube video, right? I
I
think.
think I was. Yeah.
I saw his YouTube video on
Oh, I need to
my
go
recommended page. I clicked on it and I'm like, wait, that's
Wait,
it.
wait. It was at the. Were we at the gym?
Yeah, you guys were at the gym. I think you made a reel on your Instagram.
Yeah.
And
At
so
the
that
gym.
exact same thing was also on his YouTube.
Oh no way! Send me that video. I haven't found it
Yeah.
yet. I'm gonna ask him like, yo, send me that.
I think I saw that. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Is this all after
that's
you?
crazy.
Is this all after you started like doing well on Instagram, or is it also?
Yeah, I think I think I've been like okay on Instagram, but like I just met him like by chance. We were doing some business out there and I met
Oh,
these
yeah,
guys. So then we became friends because like we kind of like just got to talking and we're all like same age group and then similar interests and like yeah. And I don't know, I feel like yeah, I like making friends. So I feel like they're also like chill dudes that are also kind of in the same
Yeah.
sort of mindset, same like interests and stuff. So we like were able to have a lot in common and then
That's good, bro. That's
hitting
good. 'Cause
people up.
you find a lot of fake people out there. In
No,
LA,
those guys are
for sure.
super genuine. You're right. Because I have seen some fake people in LA for sure. And that's like not even like a stereotype.
Even making content, you've met network with people, and you've just kind of seen their characters like fake.
Yeah. So then you can like I'm good at reading people, so I can kind of spot out like who's
Yeah.
real and who's not. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Does that affect your? Do you think that affects your friendships in terms of like if you get a lot of views and like people treat you differently, or are people trying to like get on your good side to like also get in your videos? It's just I'm throwing it out.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell when
You can
someone's
read
like
people,
that.
yeah.
But I'll be able to read them like if they're genuine. If someone's nice, I'll always be nice to them, and then see what they're about and stuff like that. Give everyone a chance, obviously,
Yeah.
and like, you know what I mean. But then, yeah, you can tell when someone's just like being like annoying and stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah, I just like to talk to a lot of people. It's always fun.
that's always good.
It's always good, but that's
Probably the most
very,
important
very extroverted.
Yeah, I
Which
think.
is I
Yeah,
am too, bro. It's just always good to just talk to like random people. You don't know how much opportunity.
That's how we met.
yeah, really,
How much
yeah.
opportunity. Have you felt like just starting a random conversation with someone has sparked like an opportunity?
It's
that you-
happened a
that
bunch
you
of times.
use?
Yeah, it's
Just-
happened a ton of times, and I'm not even like intending to do that. I'm just like having a good time, or like, hey, bro, like, nice shoes, or where'd you get
That's
them?
what you
Something-
said.
Yeah,
I asked him like, how do you do that? How do you go up to people out of nowhere? He's like, oh, it's just compliment their T-shirt or something like that. Just
yeah.
compliment their
Or
wearing.
people will come up to me and be like,
That's what he did to me. He's
You're
like, I
massive.
like your gym shark.
Yeah, it's just stuff like that. I mean, I've always prioritized like making friends and like hanging out, and like keeping up with friends is important too.
Mm.
I do have a lot of friends. I have some friends that are more like, friends I'll go out with, friends I will like different groups, friends I would like to travel with, friends I would like to like I
That's
don't know,
beautiful.
like have over. So I have like a bunch of different groups and like
Yeah.
I think you have to be able to like
The wedding will probably go crazy.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
dude,
1,000
it would be
people.
Holy
huge.
shit.
It would be huge. Yeah, I would.
When do you
I
want to
would
get
do it
married?
big. I don't have like a set time. It's not like a huge priority to me. I do probably when I'm like 35 or
Okay.
something like that. I think my dad was 35, so like they can't really say anything to me until I'm that age.
Wait, usually brown parents are like, my parents were married at like 25 or
Really,
something.
no, my parents are chill. Yeah,
Okay,
I
that's
got really
good.
like blessed with my parents because they've always been like supportive of what I want to do. Never really
Yeah, I
pushed
feel
for
that
too.
too.
Yeah,
That's
That's
good.
great.
yeah, and
So
all three. I have two sisters and me, and you know, like the brown like sisters can't do anything, but the guy can do whatever he wants. We've always been equal. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Wow.
we've always been equal. So like, honestly, I didn't sleep over anywhere growing up, but my youngest sister was at all the sleepovers. I'm like, hey, I didn't get to go to sleepovers when I was a kid, but
dang, that's cool, man. So social media, you've been growing on there, but you also have been growing on your business side.
yeah.
Which one out of those two do you feel like is like where your heart is at?
Right now, I'm prioritizing the business because I need money to come in
But
because like
content, man, there's a lot of money.
I feel like they go together.
they go together. Like I want that presence. I want to be able to grow my brand, especially if I'm trying to go to the WWE. That's super important to have like a presence on social media and just like an impact. I think that's like kind of the main reason why I do a lot of the things that I do. I want to have the businesses so I'm able to support. Like I don't want to just go into something blind with no backing, go into wrestling and like be dumb about it and hurt myself and like have nothing left. I want to have my life set up to the point where I'm able to go do those things because like it's like a privilege to do
Exactly.
something like that and you don't want to just like go into something blind.
No backup plan either. Exactly.
Yeah, like I think that backup plan thing, and that's something my parents were adamant on. They're like, do what you want, but get your education right first. And I agree with that. I think like if I had a kid, I'd tell him the same thing. Like, pursue what you want, do whatever, but have your education down just in case anything happens. Not that it will, but in case anything happens, do it. And then take all the risks you want, but just don't be like dumb with it. So, yeah, I think that's,
Is the WWE like your biggest goal?
yeah,
That's
that's
where you
been
want
my
to end
biggest
up?
goal since I was like a kid.
You're really ambitious and aspirated, bro. So the WWE, bro, just give it 10, 20 years, bro. We're gonna see you there.
Hopefully,
Hey,
hopefully
we're gonna
less.
take your signature down tonight, bro.
Yeah,
I
hopefully
think
less.
sooner, bro. You could probably do it sooner too.
Yeah, I
Like,
just
within
need to get back
5, 7
and
years.
focus on my training.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just what I mean, like with
I'm
the
just throwing a thought out there,
business.
but I feel like social media could help with it too. I don't know much about it, but if you have like those connections, especially like what you said about Bobby Lashley and stuff, if you have a good social media following, then people
Yeah,
will
I mean, I
watch
think
you.
that's just like the thing with anything, um, just knowing the right people or like knowing people that are like genuine and like believe in you too,
Yeah,
then that can help you get to your goals, and then you can help them get to their goals as well. It's kind of like everyone's looking out for each other, so that's why it's important to have those genuine people around you.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like I said, like going to LA and having that experience and seeing like, dang, a lot of these people are like just fake for clout, or like, dude, like half the stuff they post isn't even authentic. Like
yeah.
they're like
That's-
straight edited. Like
That's so true.
yeah, so meeting those people, like you want to navigate around them and kind of just keep the genuine cool people around you that you can help out. Because I love helping people out, dude. Like if someone wants something
Even
or
on
wants
business,
advice on something, yeah, like I'm more than happy to sit down and like give that. Like if they're asking, like sit down and like guide somebody, like if they're younger or whatever, or vice versa. Like you
Mhm.
know, I like that, like being able to like help each other out and just build like friendships that are like genuine and fulfilling.
Those
So,
those friendships are the most powerful.
Yeah.
'Cause it's basically you have this person sort of like built in with you. So if
yeah,
say you are person A and you don't know how to market things, but you just met this amazing person and you made a great conversation with them and a great connection with them, and he's a he's a good marketer. It kind of just in a sense adds that
yeah,
to
and
you.
you don't even go
adds-
into it like with that. Yeah, it's just like,
It's
oh,
like
you do this.
It's
Like,
a
oh,
perk
awesome.
to your own character, kind of being able to know people who can do a lot of different
Yeah,
things.
and I think I'm lucky in that sense that like I like doing that. I know some people don't really like to be out there and like talking to a lot of people.
Do you think that really is the only way connections?
No.
Truthfully,
I mean, it's a great way. I think like a lot of things in this world is like connection based. Like a lot of industries, it's kind of all like about who you know. Like even like looking for a job in the corporate market, like nowadays, like with all the hiring freezes, like you kind of need an internal referral. So
Yeah.
it's always good to know people. It always is, and I think it's always important to put yourself out there, even if you're a shy person, like more of a shy introverted person. Like just still try, because like there's some people out there that I know that are like geniuses, like smart, and can provide so much value to certain things, but like they just don't know how to like
They don't have the social.
not just market themselves, but yeah, at least let people know like, hey, I'm like qualified for this.
Yeah.
But like it's just so much wasted
Yeah.
potential sometimes.
Seriously.
So it's like, yeah, I think that's important. Like it's just as important as having all that knowledge to be able to utilize it and show people or show companies or whatever you want to do that you can, you have that.
Yeah, I'm
knowledge
kind of
and
like
basis.
I'm taking that and I'm changing it to something else. I heard this saying. It was basically what you're saying is if you have a 10 out of 10 skill
Yeah.
in something, but the way you can communicate it, the way you can articulate it is like a 2 out of 10,
Yeah, what's the point of having it?
you're only like a 6 out of 10
Yeah.
to everybody.
Exactly. So that's just as important to be like
To be
honestly.
able to have a message.
There's some people
communicate.
that are like 10 out of 10 at articulating and pushing something, but they're still 6 out of 10. They're still going to do better than the guy with the
Yeah.
10 out of 10
Yeah.
skill and then with a 1 out of 10 articulation rate. So,
How did you learn to articulate yourself? so
Yeah,
well?
bro, you have amazing.
Because I mean, I don't think you've
Um,
messed up like at all. This like in terms of,
yeah,
like,
honestly-
pronunciation and stuff as well. Like, how did you learn all of that? Like, how to
I
speak
kind of
it?
had to force myself to do it. I honestly was a little bit more shy in the beginning of college just because I was younger. And then I kind of realized like I just started making more and more friends. And then once you get like a good friend group going, you make more. And I guess just over time, you just kind of learn how to do it. And then also with the research, we have to meet a bunch of new people, medical monitors, and go out on like the business trips you go to. I'm going to San Diego for one next month.
Oh, nice.
And it's a bunch of investigators, a bunch of doctors, a bunch of people that are in that space. So the first couple meetings I went to, obviously I was like inexperienced and like more shy. But now it's like you sit on the table with them and then you just kind of like pick these things up as you go throughout life. But you have to put in the effort. Like even if you're like super anxious or something, like you got to just force yourself to do it, even though you'll be miserable doing it.
Mhm.
Once you like get over that hump, then it's like a lot easier
Yeah.
to do so. And some days you just don't feel like doing it, but like, it's kind of like you have to. You just got sometimes you
And
just
you
have
gotta
to
have the
do things.
mentality to just
Yeah,
say,
it's the-
you have to.
Yeah. And I think that goes back to the gym thing.
Jim,
Like,
I wanted to ask you about that.
yeah, there's some things you just have to do to
Yeah.
do 'em.
How do you think the gym like built that discipline for you? You know, like, would you be? Because you said you were on and off at it, and then how did you get into it and be like, this is something I have to do every day?
I mean, wrestling was always the driving factor for it. And then the only reasons I would be off is because of school during UTD. Some of the really tough classes, like I like physically was incapable to go because I would be at school till like 10, 11 p.m. By that time, the gym's literally closed and I got to go back to class the next day. So like if I was able to make it, I would still go. It's just because I was like, look at these wrestlers, look at these people, like they are going to the gym consistently. I don't think they make excuses. And like I'm sick of being skinny. Like I want to work towards this, like keep my diet in check and stuff. So I think I always just had that as a driving force for the gym. And then after obviously a couple years of doing it, it's just like routine at that
Yeah.
point. Like you can't go without it. Like I was saying, if I
Yeah.
skip a day, like I don't feel right.
The gym is seriously
That's
mental
It
peace.
becomes like that. Yeah.
It's a mental
I feel like
peace.
at this point for me, it's also like less of a physical thing. It's like the
Yeah, it's like
physique is
both.
like a perk, but like what it does for my mind is like the main.
Seeing my physical helps my mental.
Yeah.
Seeing
That's
my
true.
physical
They
getting
don't
better and
see that-
staying
that's
until
true.
it
Seeing
helps
it get
my-
worse, I'm like, oh my God, I need to go do something about this. Like
Yeah.
it'll put me back on track. Like, okay, I'm getting skinny. I need to go eat right now. I need to go like sleep properly. It'll like kind of help me with those things that are important.
So do you lift like heavy, bro? Like heavy?
Yeah,
Like
I do like both.
So
It's
you
just
bench
your
with 3
split
plates.
is like, what do you say it again?
chest, back, arms, legs, repeat.
And then it just repeats and repeats and repeats. So do you, since you just kind of do like chest or back like one day of the week, do you go heavy on those days?
Yeah, I go heavy. Like I
I'll
go like low key heavy and high volume. Sometimes like I'll do like it's not that heavy. Like I'll do like 225 on bench for like 15 reps. So I'll do like
Damn.
3-4
Yeah,
sets of
that's-
that. Now I'm trying to go up now finally, but yeah, I'll do it like pretty like moderately heavy and then because some people I know will do like super light, like really tight, like slow.
Slow, but like yeah, slow control.
I want to ask you, when did you first hit 2 plates on bench? Like what year was that?
So I had that shoulder problem for a while because of wrestling. Then I got like PRP, which is kind of like stem cells with growth factors. My
of it.
uncle does it actually in St. Louis. That like fixed it up. I think I hit 225 and I must have been 19 or 20. Maybe when I was 20.
Wait, so you weighed like what?
Oh, no, 21. I think I weighed like 150 or something.
Okay,
160 when I did it.
Bro, you were tiny back
Yeah.
then, bro.
Yeah.
20, 21,
But I hit like 1 or 2 reps back then.
Wow. Was that like a big milestone for you?
Oh yeah. That was the craziest. That's like what I always wanted. Like
Yeah.
10 plates. Then I hit 3 and I'm like, all right, bet. And now I'm like,
How
now I
many
don't
can you do?
care. Huh?
How many can you do? Like, can you do 4? Or that's
4 plates?
insane.
Nah, I can't.
That's insane.
It's too hard right now.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we'll see.
One, bro, it's
You
just
got it.
I don't really be ego lifting though, just because
Yeah.
like I've had injuries and stuff. I'm
that's my
like,
point.
Yeah.
but like when I do, like I do
The
it.
gym is there, bro, because the gym is so addicting because it's always like it's a never ending ladder. Like you can
Yeah.
use 4 plates, a few years later 5 plates, a few years later 6. Like it's a never ending like
Yeah.
strength.
I mean, look at Sam Sulek. Like the amount he has to put more
Yeah.
weight on the stack to like put a 45 on the
That's
full
lit.
stack to like fit his
I
like.
love that guy.
Sam Sulek, bro, he's like definitely a character.
Yeah.
Bro, you
He's
could
awesome.
be a brown suit Sam Sulek if you.
Juicing, yeah.
But when I asked you about your YouTube content, that's what I was thinking. Like, if you do those sort of vlogs, you could be like a brown Sam Sulek. That'd be really.
That's
cool.
what I'm saying. I think I do lead kind of an interesting life. Like I feel like I need to get like a camera in my hand and film some
Yeah,
things. 'Cause I
like
feel like
your
people
daily
like,
life.
yeah. Because whenever I meet someone, they're like, "You do this and you do that, and you have like this pet, and like you drive a motorcycle."
Do you
or
know those
crazy stuff."
YouTubers that just have just like a cameraman behind them and they just like just whatever you're doing, they're just recording?
Yeah, I think I
Like a
need
filmer?
that. That's like Noah, and then when we went to the gym and stuff,
Yeah,
like,
or
he has a
sort of
guy,
like Duke
designated.
Dennis, like his type
Oh,
content.
really,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, he just
like
has to
literally
independent.
just literally just have a cameras recording you doing you, just
Yeah.
living like with your environments, what you're doing, and just the character that you like have. They'll be really engaging.
Yeah.
Like
I think my biggest regret is like not documenting a lot of the things I've done, like different trips or different
yeah,
things.
that's
I want to start doing
that's gonna hit me in the heart for years.
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, because you're like, you want to live in the moment also, but then
But you want to capture the content.
Yeah,
I know I regret not like
you gotta
taking
like
as many
balance it
pictures.
too.
Yeah, you gotta have a balance. You can't be like always like on your phone, on your camera the entire trip.
I used to.
but-
I love content. Like I love making
Yeah.
videos. I used to play like video games 2-3 years ago, so I'd like make a lot of video game content.
yeah,
I got like a lot of followers on TikTok doing that, and I was like, this is not what I want to do. Like this is not what I want to spend my purpose doing. So then I kind of transitioned into something else. But I've always loved content.
yeah,
But I know at times, like even when I traveled to Europe last time, I was just focused on like getting the best videos and like everything versus like living in the moment. And I feel like you have to balance the both. Like
Yeah, you
can't
have to
prioritize
balance.
the content, but at the same time, capturing those moments will be like very, very key
Yeah.
in terms of
I think
like,
Whenever
my
you-
sister's good with that.
Whenever you started your social media, did you feel like you put like 75%, 100% of your time in the videos, or did you still like even when you started, did you just feel like you had
it was
a
just really
balance?
fun.
Yeah, no, I like really didn't put that much effort into it. Like it's
Bro,
just
that's
like
amazing, bro.
it's just
It's
some
still
of
getting
them I
better.
did. Like I'm not gonna I had my tripod set up. Like I tried to do it for a little bit, but I never like couldn't consistently like make those like high end like videos that I had to like edit back and forth.
Yeah.
And then CapCut came out and that
Oh,
made
yeah.
it easier. So now I can make like cooler stuff and like off my phone.
Mhm.
Because back then, you had to like use your camera, get the SD card out, put it in your laptop. It was like that's too much work, bro.
Yeah.
Like if it's right off my phone, that's why I've been able to make more stuff easier. And now AI is like coming out with like everything
Oh my god, you could just tell the AI to
what
edit
to
the whole
do
thing
and
for you.
yeah.
Do you use AI a lot, bro?
I use ChatGPT for like various tasks like emails and work and stuff, but like I haven't used it in terms of social media yet. Actually, I have for captions. I'll use it
Oh,
for
yeah.
captions, especially like the MedSpot captions because it'll put like the hashtags that you need and stuff. But
The
I need it.
CapCut AI does that, right?
I haven't used CapCut AI. I need to play around with that.
What AI do you use for your captions?
Just ChatGPT. I'll write
Oh,
like, hey,
okay.
write a caption about this, and it'll do it. But
Okay.
I feel like the world.
Oh,
with
I'm
that
sorry.
is-
I got confused. I thought you meant subtitles. Captions.
Oh yeah, I've done that.
Okay.
I've
Okay.
done that too. The captions. I'm talking about like Insta captions, just like small
Okay,
things,
okay.
whatever I can use.
Chat GBT, bro, it's huge.
Yeah,
bro.
it's-
That's just
fun.
scratching the surface of AI is the crazy part. Like I've met some people that are like big into that.
I mean, realistically, if you think about it, there's nothing to be like. It's the biggest thing to happen, bro. AI. I mean,
And
it's not a niche product. It can help every company out.
It's in its infancy too, which is the craziest part.
And every company, bro, it's just it's integrating AI and stuff. And give it 5-10 years, you'll see.
No, and
Google's already
you
had
better get on it now because if you're not working with it, it's gonna take your job.
I feel like it's one of those things that you were talking about in 2017, crypto, social media.
Yeah.
AI is one of them things. Like you had to hop on it before it's too late. Then everyone's making money off of it. And you just
Yeah,
haven't
and
even
people already
announced
are. So like I've met people that are like I've met authors that has like they used to write like one book a year. Now they have AI pumping out books for them in their tone of voice. And then and, like it's just so many different things, so many weird
Crazy.
like little things that like you didn't even think it could be used for, but it can be used in every single field.
That's scary too, though. It
Yeah,
could just replace us.
it could, but that's why you have to like
Hop on it.
hop on it and kind of
Realistically, I
see how
mean,
it can help you.
realistically, in the world that we live in, I don't think it could ever replace us.
Yeah,
But it
Everyday
would
people,
definitely
maybe.
change the complete dynamic of like the worldly function.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
Everyday people it could replace easily.
oh, absolutely it can. But I mean, you can't live on this world. The world won't sustain
Yeah.
if AI were if
Like I'm
not catch
talking like
up.
minimum
So,
wage jobs, which is like typing up stuff and like working in fast food and stuff.
yeah, like data
Before you
entry
know
or
it's just
stuff
fast
like
food,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Before you know
Yeah.
it, sorry, before you know it's AI and robots like taking care of that.
but then yeah, the whole world structure is gonna change in terms of like money, like working for money. It's not. It's gonna be completely different.
Yeah.
yeah. So who knows how it's gonna go, but it's just like I feel like that's one of those things you need to like
Just live it out, bro.
research and yeah, live it out. Try to get on it. Use it in ways that can help you too.
At UT, bro, or not even UT, even at UTD, they just
Yeah.
started with the new four-year subject. It's called prompt engineering,
Oh yeah.
and all those people do is just learn how to give AI concise prompts.
Is that a major?
It's a whole 4-year major degree,
That's
program,
crazy.
and they just teach them 4 years how to give AI the certain commands.
Things are so different now.
Because realistically, whenever AI starts integrating in companies, they're going to need people who can prompt engineer, who give
Yeah.
them the concise
I
prompts,
think
and they'll pay these people a shit ton of money and they'll work remote. All they do is just code prompts.
I think AI by
It
itself
sounds
is very powerful, but knowing how to use AI, using like the prompt engineering and like knowing what to ask it and what to give it, because it's like I've heard it's just a database. It's like a knowledge base. It has like all this.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
takes every entry and like remembers it so that when
They're
someone
making entire college majors about it, dude. Then
Yeah.
it's got to be something that's
if
crazy.
you know how to use it and give it information and pump out like other stuff with it, then
yeah,
that's
you have to learn how to optimize all these
Truthfully,
things. Yeah.
exactly. Optimize it and give it the exact context, and it'll give you anything you need.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah,
I heard
that's the thing.
I heard of a story like kids out of my school or like we graduated last year and now they're at I think one of them's at Northwestern, one of them's at Duke, and they created like they used ChatGPT and its formula and stuff to create a software like CapCut and like Captions.ai and all this different AI stuff.
Yeah,
They created an AI software to help people learn. So it's called Turbo Learn. So if you give
Yeah.
it like a lecture or like recording or like give it notes from a class or something, it'll make flashcards, quizzes, summaries, and everything. So it makes learning for college a lot
Yeah.
easier. And they're making
AI
a good amount of money.
truthfully is just a million brains working with you, like with you. It's like a team of the most smartest person you could ever find out, just working like alongside
yeah.
with you.
That's the crazy thing about it, man. It's like it's wild. You just have to get on it like before it's too late. And I think there's just so many ways to implement it, and there's just so much to learn. Like that's why they're literally making majors about it. Even crypto. I have friends that are really big into the crypto space.
Yeah.
They sit down and study this stuff 4 or 5 hours a day. So
Have you ever caught yourself studying like long times about crypto, like studying
crypto in the
thoroughly?
beginning, I was a little bit more into it. Now I kind of just invest into safer things,
Yeah,
into safer coins and stuff like
I mean,
that.
there was a recent like increase in Bitcoin and all the coins
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah,
Did you get on
everything.
that?
Yeah, I had stuff from before, so I got on it before, but I didn't really like do any like quick trades or anything. I'm just not like
educated.
educated
Yeah.
enough about that at this moment in time. So I didn't really get to like capitalize as much as I probably could have. And I was busy with other things. But for me right now, it's kind of like building up those long-term investments that I want to have. So, and I
Real
think
estate.
doing it at this age is really important because I don't think a
Seriously,
lot
bro.
of people know too much about it and like know how much they're actually able to do. Because like some of my friends, I've helped them and be like, hey, low key, dude, like you just got this job. You should get like an FHA loan and get a house right now.
Yeah.
Market's good. Do it. Put it on rent. And like we've done that. And
Wow.
it's just like, a lot of people don't know that they can do these things and they just kind of get stuck. And my main thing is I just don't want to get stuck in like mediocrity. I want to like do something different. I want to do like be able to pursue like the crazy things that I want to pursue and at the same time have backing and not just like,
It's
waste my
amazing,
time.
bro. No, you've set yourself up so good, bro. Seriously, and it's such an inspiration, it's such a blessing that we were able to get you on today.
Yeah,
Seriously,
100%. No, thank y'all for having me on. It was cool.
just being able to hear, I mean, all the stories, bro. Research, the research director and all that, man. You've built an amazing name for
Yeah.
yourself, seriously.
Yeah.
And it's only up from here.
Hopefully it's only up from here, man. This is just the starting. So it's just
Yeah.
the beginning with all this stuff.
What are your future goals like in terms of like the next year and the next 5 years? I know you said WWE. but,
Yeah,
like,
definitely expand the businesses. I do want to get into the WWE. I want to get serious about my wrestling training again,
Man.
get back into that. maybe do some business here with wrestling. I'm looking at different businesses and avenues that I could explore here
Within wrestling, that'd be really
within
cool.
wrestling, and yeah, within a bunch of different little things. And I've like been making connections with some people that are in that space, and in like they're big investors in Dallas and stuff. So just kind of meeting like the types of people. I like hanging out with people that know more than me and have done more than me, so I can learn.
That's the biggest thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think
bro.
that's like the biggest thing I want to do right now is hang around that crowd. A lot of them are older than me and stuff like that, but when I go with them, I always come back and learn something.
Absolutely.
You know, I've had my times where I've hung out with people that like, all they want to do is go out and party. And there's a time and a place for that too, but right now, like I've had that.
The
It's been
stages of your life.
Yeah.
Like right now, you're just
so
in
you
front
need
of the
those
stage.
friends too to like keep like stay fun and like,
Live life experience.
yeah, like experience
Yeah.
life. Don't like get so caught up in work too, but at the same time, I do like hanging out with people that have like done more than me, that are more successful than me, and I can always learn from them.
Absolutely.
And hopefully I can have lessons for them as well too. So it's just like, you want to bring value and you want to hang out with people that can bring you value as well.
That's great.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's key, man.
Is there any last piece of advice that you want to give to the audience? I don't
There's
know
a
how
lot
long
of
this
shit
is.
that's fucking
Did you see it at the
life-changing.
time how long it says?
It's like an hour.
Okay, I think we're good. We can end it off here.
Yeah, we
Damn,
should-
man, seriously, this shit was.
Yeah, I mean it went by so fast because usually
It did. Yeah, I didn't even feel like it was an hour.
Because usually we take a break and then we go check how long it's been and then okay, should we talk more or should we like? But it just went back.
It
really fast.
was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you have a good conversation. And I feel like this conversation definitely had a lot of stuff we talked about and a lot of stuff you.
Oh yeah, it was like flowing, dude. Yeah, we didn't have to like
Yeah,
think about shit and like stop.
yeah.
That's amazing, bro. No, I'm sitting here just so inspired, bro. Really, like just
Yeah,
seeing
I
like a
appreciate it.
brown brother.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first came across you, I was like, I see like a younger him in you. Like you guys like in terms of the
Man,
gym and like your interest in everything.
I mean, you are on the path that I want to be on, bro. And I
Yeah,
mean, I'm
you
just
just-
19. I'm just like,
Oh, dude, you're like way ahead of me when I was 19, bro. What are you talking about? I was like half your size. I didn't know shit.
Imagine you're 27.
that's why I'm
Yeah.
loving hearing what you have, bro.
I wish I like. Yeah, I didn't really have like. I just kind of like did everything by trial and error. So I feel like that's what you have to
figured it
do.
out, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say you figured it out because there's a lot more life. To
Yeah,
go,
no,
but
I got a lot
you-
more to figure out.
You're doing a great path for yourself.
Yeah.
Great path for yourself.
Mhm.
Seriously.
Yeah, and then I think the same thing is just find the one thing that you have passion for and can like give you the life that you want, and then just focus on it. And just don't be scared to take risks, especially you, bro. You're 19. You guys are young. Like, if it fails, it fails. Like, you're not gonna die. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Like, you can just
Try
start something
everything.
new. Yeah.
Try everything, bro.
Try everything, and whatever sticks, just stick with it. And then also like kind of, I guess, have those goals in mind of what you want to do, because that'll drive you in like all aspects. Like, I wanted to wrestle. I still want to wrestle. That drives me in the gym. That drives me with business. That drives me with like the people I meet, the extroverted thing. It kind of all ties back into that. So
Wow.
yeah. So as long as you have kind of like a clear, I think it's really important to be clear in your head. Like, if you're too indecisive about things, and it's okay to be that way,
Mhm.
try to become less indecisive and find out the things that are like good and that are going to stick and are concrete,
Long-term
things.
goals.
And then start setting up for the future now. Like, do the Roth IRAs,
Yeah.
put some money in
Oh my
real
God,
estate, all that stuff.
I feel like a big thing that you do is just balance your passion, which is wrestling
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
content and all this stuff, with your business.
But
and
this business stuff, I feel
university.
like I got on too late too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm always like, dang, I wish I had like started this a couple years ago. And you always feel that way. but-
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone feels that, bro.
Yeah, I
Seriously.
feel like I'm still better off than a lot of people that I still like eventually got the sense to do it, because even people that are geniuses, like I'm saying, I have a lot of friends that are like in med school studying, no business sense whatsoever. Genius people,
Me,
book
you can't live
smart.
like that, man.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays, no, you can't. Like, they'll get by, but like at the same time, like they're spending all their energy and time focusing on that because they have to. Like,
Because they don't have anything.
they
to
don't
fall
have any
back on,
time
seriously.
to sit down and study about anything else. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I think it's very important, especially here, to have that entrepreneurial spirit no matter like what you do.
There's this entrepreneur, Naval Ravikant. He said there's 7 billion people in the world. I hope one day there's 7 billion businesses. which I feel like is so strong because I feel like with a business, what you said, it gives you financial freedom, time freedom, and like you can be
Yeah,
wherever
that's
the world
the
you
goal.
want. So it's location freedom. So it's just very like it's just how you can live the best life
Yeah.
possible, travel, meet people.
Yeah,
All
and
of that
That's
can
how
be
you live
through a
life,
business.
man. Seriously.
It's not just a business. It's like your way into living life the way you want to live.
yeah,
life,
that's
which
what
is
it's
why
like.
entrepreneurs
Yeah,
are-
do the things you like. I
And you
think,
see that theme in the world today. Like everyone wants to start a business. It's like no one wants to just keep working. Like
and
jobs
we're
are
blessed
fine.
because over here it's easy to do that, and like,
And
Yeah,
we're still
exactly.
so young, bro.
And you got
Seriously.
so much time to do that as well.
Mhm.
Like we got like 4 or 5 years.
yeah,
You
and then
started
you
when
guys
you were
are great
20.
because you can just go like you're extroverted. You can go and be like, okay, so what did you do? If that resonates with you, be like, you know what I mean? Take ideas and just kind of see what
Yeah,
works
that's
for
what
you.
brought you on here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we learned so much. Like
Seriously, man.
Yeah.
Main reason why we wanted to get on you here is just to learn from you, bro. Like this
Yeah.
is content, of course, but bro, we wanted to like extract information from you.
Yeah, and that's the
You-
same thing. I do the same thing. I hang out with people older than me that are doing like wild stuff I've never even heard about.
This shit is wild, bro.
Yeah,
we like,
yeah.
what the fuck you
insane,
doing?
when I first saw your Instagram and like especially your LinkedIn, I was like, oh my god, how is this even possible?
Yeah, dude, it's just like I'm just trying to like also still grow and still
Yeah.
learn too. So
I
it's
mean, you're very humble too, which is like,
yeah, that's the thing. Like I don't know it all. Like I've seen people that they also probably don't feel like they know it all, and they're doing great.
Mhm.
So it's just like there's always something to learn, and always like just keep asking questions and then
Keep
growing.
asking.
Yeah.
man, that's great.
hmm
But,
This was amazing. Thank you so much
That was
for
great.
coming on, bro.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all for
We
having me.
covered a lot, and I feel like everyone, like we, as much as we learned, I feel like the audience probably learned a lot too. So thank you
Yeah,
for that.
for sure.
Hey, that's great,
Great.
bro.